Most of us are very accustomed to using over-the-counter pain relievers to resolve any kind of pain issues that we are addressing, and we're used to using a prescription type of pain relief as well. There's great news in the herbal kingdom because there are herbs that can relieve pain and yield longevity benefits in the process. We're going to cover that topic today, so stay tuned for this episode. Welcome to Just Dandy Podcast. I'm Elizabeth, your host, owner of Dandelion Soap Herb Shop, and today we are in my shop, and I'm making some things to service orders and things that come through the website. And if you don't know that website, you'll find the link in the description box down below. As a practicing herbalist, I love sharing the knowledge from having practiced it for over 20 years with you. I am the bridge between the plant and the person. And sometimes it's just a matter of why that plant, how do I apply it, how do I use it, and that is where I come in and assist. Today's topic is really exciting because we're talking about using herbs as pain relievers. And there are some really great plants in the herbal kingdom that can rightfully do that very effectively without adverse effects or harming other vital organs in our body. Today's herb that we're going to focus on is called Feverfew. Now, if you're not familiar with Feverfew, it's really truly spelled just the way it's pronounced, Feverfew, as one word. What's really grand about Feverfew is it has this natural ability to break up the catara, which is the gathering of pain endorphins in the body, and dissipate them really, really quick. And it's excellent and effective on inflammation and spasms as well. So if you are an individual who suffers from migraines or frequent headaches or even cluster migraines, someone who has rheumatoid arthritis or common aches and pains from having broken a bone or previous fractures, and someone who suffers from spasms or inflammation of the intestinal tract, you may wish to turn on your ears and listen just a little bit closer, because Feverfew is God's herb just for that. What is so wonderfully unique about Feverfew is it can even prevent migraines. It can effectively and quickly take down inflammation and minimize, if not do away completely, with spasms. For individuals who suffer from rheumatoid arthritis, this is a circulation issue, and Feverfew comes to the rescue on doing just that. It increases blood flow. It minimizes the contractions of blood vessels, and it can break up those pain endorphins and get them scattered about and dissipated really, really quick. It brings down inflammation, so it's really good for individuals who may suffer of intestinal inflammation. So it's not unusual, and anytime you're dealing with a migraine, you're dealing with contracting blood vessels, and it's really hard to get the blood flowing and those blood vessels to open up. I am going to be providing a free downloadable PDF file, and keep on your cell phone, your tablet, your computer, and that guide is going to be a guide about pain reliefs that are herbs that you can use and what they're used for. This guide will also include when's appropriate to take them, how often, how much, and if there's any usage cautions, such as what you shouldn't take them with, or how you should come off of them if you take them for a long period of time, included in this guide. There will be more than one herb mentioned, from mild to the most acute pain. Be sure to download your free file and guide on pain reliefs that are herbs by clicking the link in the description box down below. I will also include the herbs that I'm mentioning availability by clicking the link and going directly to them if you desire to purchase them. So let's get back to Feverfew and becoming educated about the pros and cons that offer. When scientists took Feverfew in 2005, they wanted to study it, and they did it in a lab. And what they found out is by isolating the paraphenols of Feverfew, which is the constitute, the ability, and the standardized property of it, just to find out exactly how effective it was. They were really truly pleased when they found out that it was real effective in inhibiting the cancer in pancreatic cancer patients. They also found that cancer patients in general tolerated it really, really well, and it did not harm them, give them stomach cramps, irritate them at all. Was a great discovery and a phenomenal one. So bear that in mind too. It is being looked upon to treat cancer patients and to treat pancreatic cancer. Now, this claim is not to say that it would be effective on someone who may be dealing with that. It's simply to say that in a lab study, when they studied that particular constitute of Feverfew, it worked very effectively. Now, bear in mind, these podcasts that I offer you is to teach you knowledge and information about herbs and what they can and cannot do, and if they may or may not be beneficial to you in dealing with certain issues. And I am in no way a licensed professional whatsoever. Whenever you are using Feverfew, if you are using it for migraines, or you feel like there's a migraine coming on, a lot of times people who have dealt with migraines, who've ever had their very first one, they can feel it coming on. They are so familiar with how and what is going to happen to them. They will actually say, I feel like I'm going to get a migraine. It is not uncommon for someone dealing with a migraine to finally just go off to sleep. Feverfew will help take off and relieve that, give a little bit of easement so that they can actually go to sleep. Someone with rheumatoid arthritis benefits from this particular herb due to the circulation. Feverfew increases the blood flow, the circulation. It has the ability to bring down the inflammation, the swelling inside of the body, especially inside of the skull, the cranium area, as far as that is what's causing it. The blood vessels have contracted, so Feverfew will stop the blood vessels from contracting and help them to dilate and open up to increase blood flow and therefore bring down the inflammation. So the benefits of this particular herb can yield itself to those who have swelling and spasms, and the rheumatoid arthritis, that ache and pain, is blood related. Rheumatoid arthritis takes place within the blood, unlike regular arthritis. Only thing you can do is be as comfortable as possible and make that person as comfortable as possible to relieve as much of their pain as possible and increase their circulation to help them. And hopefully those spasms and drawing of the muscles and wrapping around tightly and curving the bones will be minimized as well. There are extreme cases to where nothing is going to completely remedy the pain, but anything that is some kind of relief is a good thing, especially rheumatoid arthritis. It is a very crippling disease, and there is only so much that can be done. So if you're someone who does have stomach aches, who is dealing with muscle pains and spasms, and you're looking for a pain relief, rather than reaching for a regular pain reliever, over-the-counter pain reliever, or even thinking about there's something bad going on with my body, take the Feverfew to deduce and get rid of that pain. I'm sure that you have something that's more deeper going on that needs to be focused on. This is a time when you should contact me. All of this will be in the description box. And let's talk and get together and consultate and find out exactly what other things you may be dealing with to get rid of those issues. These are all great things. So who should not take Feverfew? If you take any type of blood thinner, including if you take aspirins on a regular basis, you should not take Feverfew. If you have been taking Feverfew for more than 6 weeks, it's important to wean off of Feverfew. Don't just stop cold turkey taking it. Whenever you do that, you can actually get what they call Feverfew pain. So if you've been taking Feverfew for a long period of time, you must wean off of it. The guide that I will be providing for free, when you click on it, it will have that information included on that. It is a herbal pain relief guide that you are seeking, and you can keep this on your cell phone, on your tablet, or on your computer and share it with others. I would love that. Whenever you're dealing with spasms and aches or pains of the muscles, Feverfew is beneficial because it is a one and done. And migraines, if you deal with cluster migraines, it also works really well for that, because not only can you take the Feverfew as a preventive of a migraine or an oncoming headache, also to keep you from getting the clustered migraines. It keeps that broken up, keeps the circulation well. Are there other ways to take Feverfew? I can tell you right away, this is the most bitter herb that I am the most familiar with in the herbal kingdom. In working with this herb for over 20 years, it is so bitter, there's no possible way you can get it past the palate as a tea. You cannot incorporate it in other ways, as putting it in tea blends. You must take it by an encapsulated tablet, and therefore it gets past the palate, into the tummy, and starts doing its job right away. You take it as you need it, the same as you would for a headache. If you have pain, take the tablets. If you do not have pain, don't take the tablets. Anytime you are taking an herb, especially like Feverfew that can help control pain, be sure that you let your physician let them know you're taking Feverfew, and be sure to contact me if there's something you might have a question or further concern about. I would love to work with you on it, and we'll come together and figure out what would be the best regimen for you. In the meantime, go out, have a wonderful day, a just dandy day. This is Elizabeth, over and out. Bye you.